Well, during the regular season, hardcore football fans usually play in fantasy football leagues. There's a new survey out from Xavier University about the sport, and Anjanette Levy is here with the professor's findings. Anjanette.
Well, Paula, it's pretty interesting. Fantasy leagues are available for many sports, and football is probably the biggest one. This marketing professor at Xavier University and two others conducted a study that basically labeled fantasy leagues as gambling. The survey asked questions of 500 sports fans. Some of them take part in fantasy leagues and some did not. The survey found that people who take part in the leagues typically are more materialistic and impulsive, and those characteristics are sometimes found in compulsive gamblers. Professor David Houghton talked about his findings.
People should just be aware that playing fantasy sports, while it does look like a harmless, fun activity, and probably is, it leads to a lot of good, fun things, people should know that this behavior might introduce them to gambling.
Now, it's important to note, Professor Houghton said he and his researchers do not take a position on these leagues, but he says it's also not a given that taking part in them will always lead to additional sports betting. And right now, Houghton says the law treats fantasy football differently than sports betting, but a U.S. Supreme Court ruling last year could change that. According to the American Gaming Association, fans have nearly $6 billion riding on the Super Bowl this weekend. Paula, that's a lot of money.
Wow, I was not aware of all that. Thank you, Anjanette.